All right. We should be live soon. I think we already are live. I just have to find it. Ah, I've drawn my lips way too big. There we go. Uh-huh. Hi, everybody. Just finding our live stream so I can see your comments once again. All right. Let me reload the page so I can see everything. Woo! It's very slow today. Sorry. Here we go. All right. So let's see. What was the topic of today? The fire. Yeah, the life giving force, but also a huge destructive energy. So, why don't we get into that? Hi, everyone. Welcome to our live stream every Sunday, 12 p.m. We are live here on Facebook and my YouTube. And I just did way too much lipstick. I'm sorry. I did it really fast and I didn't really, just smudged it or whatever. Anyway, every Sunday, 12 o'clock, we're live on my page. So I hope this is not distracting. I just felt like summer, putting on something bright. Yeah, my blue shirt that I filmed videos in. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're having an amazing Sunday, taking care of yourselves, listening to the music you love, playing music you love too. It's even better. So, I'm going today to talk about fire. So, this week I was inspired by an element of fire. So, fire, just as water too, could be a life giving force, but it could also be a destructive energy that could bring upon all kinds of destruction, including loss of life. So, to me, writing the series of Gloom, Music for Caves, Gloom, Water, Fire, all of these are to do with my own sort of perspective of how I use the gifts that are given to me by our nature, by the divine life giving force. So, knowing when to sort of use things and when not to use things. So, knowing how far to go in each direction so that your influence does not become destructive. Mhm. So the same thing with like working or preparing for a project. Make sure that you don't do it so much that you start neglecting your own health. Or make sure you don't make it priority always, because sometimes you need to spend time with you and sometimes you need to spend time with your family, right? So to me, this is directly connected with how I feel at this point of my life and career and what I feel like I should be doing and improving on. Meanwhile, the song is not ready yet, so it will be titled Fire and Metal. Metal, because I'm doing this interesting thing where I play on my metal chair. I amplified it into my recording system, and it was really fun. And I realized that I've done that before. I've written some orchestral stuff where I did that before. So this time I directly amplified it. I put a pickup on my metal chair, which is this kind of carbon kind of alloy with something. It's a really durable chair. So this metal material is gonna live for many centuries untouched. Definitely, it's not gonna be destroyed. So I hope you're gonna enjoy that. The preview for that song is already in my Patreon. And my Patreons get everything for free. So even the tracks that have not been released, the tracks that have not been complete, they still get that. So if you'd like to hear a little excerpt of that, please become the Patreon on veraburmenko.com forward. Oh, no, wait a minute. Patreon.com / Vera Burmenko. That's the Patreon. So if you'd like to get all the free previews and downloads, full downloads of my tracks, sometimes I publish the versions that are cut just because it has to work with a specific platform that I'm using. Like instead of 12-minute track, I couldn't download a 12-minute track to publish on TuneCore because it would have to be broken down to pieces, and I don't want to break it down because it's one full orchestral score. So we had to improvise. We had to cut out the first theme because it repeats at the end. So we had to start with the introduction and then slow theme and then gradually progress to the marked theme. So that one was cut from 12 minutes to like 7 or 8. I don't quite remember, but there's a chunk missing that you don't get if you're not a Patreon. So if you're my Patreon, I'm actually downloading that one, uploading that one on Monday, and my Patreons get a full track. I'm publishing finally. publishing my March theme and the Moon Love on all the platforms, on iTunes, Spotify, anywhere else that you download and listen to music. Is going to go out this Monday. So hopefully it will be live because it will take them a few days. We were a bit late thinking about it, but I hope that's okay, guys, because I really would love to hear what you think about it. So my Mark theme was featured in the web series that my sister and her team have created, and it's in full. It's basically in every credit sequence, every introduction. It's the theme. Bum, bum. That's it. That's the theme. So, and you might have heard this theme actually run through quite a few songs in my Arvin Fiddle Saga album, because it's something like this ominous presence in my life that I'm trying to kind of overcome or defeat, or something that signals trouble's coming, right? So to me, that is the signal that trouble's coming. So I put that in quite a few songs that I wrote, and this became a main theme of our show, Marked, web series that has won awards. I'm really grateful that I got to be on it as with my music as a composer. This is like my dream come true. And then the final episode of this season, if you guys get to watch it, you should go watch it. It's on Sandwich Fam YouTube. Last episode features 7 minutes, so almost the full track, almost the entire piece. It's amazing. And when I watched that, I honestly cried my butt off. Yeah, it was so great. It's just great to hear your music, to be a part of the project that you really like and that you genuinely want to sound like that, or you genuinely want to be in a theme like that. And that's definitely the main hero theme that I was thinking about. Is Yeah, it's just great. So knowing that that's what you love to do is when it makes you cry when you hear it come together and see it in the full version. It's great. So the recording for Moon Love and Marked was a homemade recording of just me trying to layer all the instruments and make them sound like an orchestra. So it was done all fully by me. So some of it is not quite in sync, some of it is not very well balanced. But I actually enjoy that kind of live quality where it's not quite perfect, but it's sort of there, it's getting there, as if like you were sitting in the orchestra and playing with the whole orchestra in the symphony. Yeah. If you focus here a little over here, you hear more strings. You focus over there, you hear more trombones and the winds, and then focus on the back, you hear more percussion. I love that. That's the kind of effect that could be achieved in the studio too. So I didn't have the tools at the time. I didn't even work with my producer at the time. So when we have a little minute, a few hours, we will definitely produce it in its full version in a studio. But for now, I released my live kind of unchanged version that I enjoyed creating for you guys. So, all right. Hi, Tony. Let's look at some comments here. Thank you, Tony. I'm well. I will be playing some more music for you today, so stick around. Hey, Dylan. Dylan's always there. Good for you. Good to see you, Dylan. Tuning in from Canada. Yep. I'm in Toronto too. So, looking forward to all of these lockdowns being lifted so we can finally have people in the live shows and events. All right. Richard. How are you, Richard? Hello from Preston, UK. Wow, good for you. I'm in Toronto, Canada. Well, technically speaking, Etobicoke, it's a region in Toronto. We have something called GTA, Great Toronto Area, and it's made of different regions. It's like Etobicoke, Mississauga and Peel region, downtown Toronto, all of these things to get Scarborough and North York, Thornhill. Those are all part of Toronto, but they have their own kind of like little governments. So yeah, I'm right now in Etobicoke, but I am home base is usually in North York. This is where my parents live. That's where I have done a lot of concerts, a lot of shows, and I would love to do a community presentation as soon as we're out of a lockdown for a community center there, Unison Arts Hub on Bathurst and Finch, that offers a lot of irreplaceable services to especially the elderly in the community. And my mom goes there too. She takes dance lessons with them and yoga lessons. And those are great because they're either free or they're cheap, or they're trying their best to accommodate the community at this time. They only have online lessons, of course. And as soon as we go live, I would love to go and do another concert there just to remind people that we're here. We're ready to serve them again in person. So, okay, that's my story. Enough talking. Why don't we get to playing? All right. So, I prepared for you guys all of my covers from Obsidian, and hopefully you get you get to enjoy them. If you haven't heard them yet, they are published on my Patreon. Again, if you want to get all the free downloads of my new music, of my unedited music, of my unreleased music yet, demo versions, or even a little preview into how I recorded some things, like a really cool Celtic drum, how I recorded that, please go to my Patreon. It's on patreon.com/Vera Burmenko. Become a member for as low as $3, and you will be getting all those free. Every week, I release something new because I'm in a very active process of writing right now. So every week, I'm coming up with some new cool sound, or a little piece of a track or a full song. So if you're on Patreon, you get that right away. As soon as I come out with it, as soon as I'm excited to share it with you, you get it. All right, let's do some Obsidian. Woo!
White devils dancing on my shoulder, recruiting demons to his clan. I am so tired of his stories. Am I too weak to take a stand? Just one of demons around my shoulder. This playing game of souls for cash. My dragon spirit should be bolder. That moving pretend to act.
I'm tired, I told this tongue. As we are born, so are we gone. But it is not the cruel fate, it is our spirit that soars high, the brightness of our flame that burns eternally. It never dies. We are the proof of the story told, and all we have to remember by is Obsidian. Yay! So you guys know this one. I've played it many times, and every time I feel like doing a different ending. Hi, Brian. Hello from Calgary. Hello from Toronto. I guess Ontario. Yeah. Let me just move this. Well, I'm using my music stand for the computer here. That's why it's a little crooked. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I think that's a little better. Hi, Tony. How you doing? Hope you're well. I'm well, thank you. I'm doing great. Enjoying the summer weather. Did helping my mom with her yard work and construction work and cleaned up some garbage yesterday. So we actually, yeah, we did something good outdoors yesterday. That was great. Yeah. Hey, Dylan. Hey, Tony. Hey, Richard. Hey, Brian. Hey, everybody. Thank you guys. So I will keep playing songs from my album, and if you would like me to do anything else, let me know. I do still accept cover requests, but lately I honestly didn't have a lot of time to look at all the covers that you guys suggested because I've been writing my original music. So, we live in stages. Sometimes it's good to focus on one thing, then it's good to focus on the other thing. Like right now, I'm in writing, creating new album stage. Then I'm going to be recording that album. And then I'm going to go back to doing interviews and my podcast and doing some covers. So definitely will be great to shift gears from one to another. But for now, I don't have a lot of time on my hands because recording and creating stuff, it already takes all of my free time. So I would love to do more. I'd love to do more covers and stuff. But let me know if that's what you would like. If you're enjoying my original music, let me know too, so I can tell if I should keep doing more of that. All right, great. Why don't we do intervention? Woo! So this song is called Intervention for two main reasons. One, it's a statement for green lifestyle, green living, taking care of our planet, and intervene with the destructive ways that we have been doing it so far, so we can take care of our environment and it in turn can take care of us. So this is my promotion of green technologies that my father manufactures and develops. He's a mechanical engineer and he focuses on green technologies and helping our planet reduce car emission and things like that. So right now he's also doing custom exhausts at his shop, and I wanted to do a show. That's another thing I'm going to do as soon as we're out of lockdown. I wanted to do a private show at his shop to get people to come in and listen to live music and look around. It's a really beautiful place, really nice and cozy. There's a couch in the waiting area where we could do a live performance, and it's really great. Like, so this is one thing on a global scale. This is a statement for green technologies, for support of green technologies and green lifestyle, and intervene with the destructive behaviors and things that we have been doing so far that have been, damaging to our planet, to our environment, and even just to our immediate communities, right? So another level to this is personally. So if say someone like me who tends to get overly obsessed with projects and work, it's I need an intervention for that behavior. So I need to start making and scheduling time to just be myself, to just be not necessarily working on something else, but just to relax, just to enjoy my tea, just to enjoy maybe playing a game with my fiance, right? By the way, we got into this game called Don't Starve Together. It's so fun and it's challenging. It's really challenging. It makes you think, like, you have to plan and strategize, survive the winter, survive the summer overheating and things like that. So I have been really into it. So we every time we start a game, we try to plan a different strategy so that, okay, last time this didn't quite work, so we're gonna do it this time. This way. So it's interesting. Don't Starve Together. Look it up, you guys. It's got an interesting also introduction. It's kind of Tim Burton-y, and the music is very quirky. Right now they're having a summer festival, and that's really cool. So the music changes every time there's a promo or a new upload to the game. The music changes. So I actually I think in part I was inspired to write my series for Music for Caves by that game because it's kind of like this dark but also quirky and kind of mysterious and a little funny too. Um, but anyway, to me, that was like, oh, this is kind of what I want to do. I want to be in the wild, living off the natural resources of the land and not overusing them and just creating enough to sort of feed my family kind of stuff, right? That's the dream. Eventually, I would love to do that. I'd love to grow a garden, like probably not on the 14th floor here, but yeah, once we do live closer to like having our own home and stuff like that, that'll be great. Okay, how you guys doing? Tell me in the comments. You can't hear me? Richard says you can't hear. Oh no. Can you guys hear me? Richard, try to change your volume on your device because everybody else can hear so far. I haven't heard anyone complain. Um, try to press sometimes if you're listening to on your phone, there is a button on the side somewhere that you have to press. I don't know why. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So yeah, or you have to just click on the live stream, and there's also a button on the right bottom corner that says sound, unmute sound or something like that. I think they started doing that lately on all the apps, just in case you are somewhere in a public place and you don't want to be loud, you're like watching something with just subtitles. So I don't know. It's honestly, I don't know how that works and why. Can everyone else hear me, guys? Let me know. If you can't hear me right now, I'm sorry, but you can get a replay, right? So as soon as we're done, you can rewatch me on Facebook, and we can now, after you play your music, your voice comes in low. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just not standing close enough. All right. Sorry about that. This is a dynamic mic, so I have to stand really close. Yeah, no problem. So it probably just needs time to readjust too, because I'm using the same system for everything, speaking and playing, which is why it's good to have an engineer on set, like we did with my producer Jacob when we did series of concerts, which by the way are on my Patreon for your replay. All of my winter shows, all of my Christmas and Hanukkah and whatever other holidays you celebrate, they're all there. on my patreon.com/Vera Borbenko. Yeah. So you can get the winter concert replays in full. So you could just keep scrolling through the posts before the summer. Yeah, all of the winter I've been sharing them. Those are great. And it really helps because having someone like Jacob be there and change the volume and mute things. Like when I'm playing, he mutes the microphone so that it doesn't interfere, right? When I'm talking, he mutes the violin so that the same doesn't happen as well, right? I cannot do it while I'm doing everything myself and playing. So that's what I'm trying to get funding right now, guys, to do another set of concerts, hopefully live, but we'll start with virtual and then see how the pandemic pans out. Hopefully by mid of this summer we'll have people vaccinated and it'll be all great. I am also getting married in August, so I really hope that we can have the wedding this year. I just don't like to put things aside because if you put it away for another year, it's going to be another year of planning, another year of doing things and preparing for it. So I'd rather just do it now and move on and to recording my music, right? So that would be great. We'll see. If not, if we can't meet in large numbers, like if we can't meet in like 50 people or 25 people, if that's still not allowed, we'll just have a small family dinner and sign the papers and that'll be it. And then we'll see. We'll do something else next year. Anyway, so yeah, a few things in the works right now. I am a little overwhelmed with everything I have to plan, but I'm also excited because I know this project's going to be so different. It's going to be with the new people, new team of producers and artists, actually, mixing engineer, mastering engineer. We're going to have one person do each part of the job so we can handle a large flow of, music at the same time. So they're each working on their own specialty kind of skill. Then I'm gonna have 10 collaborators that I'm really excited about. Meanwhile, why don't we move on and play one more song? I think I want to do Amethyst. It's not a produced track. So the first two you heard were really well produced demos. They're still demos, but they're produced. So, and this one is going to be my homemade recording. So I hope you guys still like it. Here we go. Here's Amethyst. So that was Amethyst, inspired by beautiful gem of amethyst. It's this kind of see-through purpley rock, but it could be a different color. Honestly, I think it's one of the most diverse looking stones. So amethyst is your birthstone. Wow, good for you, Richard. So there you go. I guess that was for you in a way. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope to see you next week. Meanwhile, I am releasing my cinematic orchestral piece, Moon Love and Marked, next. Okay, this coming Monday, actually. So you will get some updates and posts about it on our page. Or better yet, join my mailing list where it says get free downloads. Join my mailing tribe, email tribe. Then I will send you replays of today, and I will send you also a post about it that I'm publishing my music where you can download it. Just click straight to my links in there and enjoy. So my Patreons get to know things first and they get free downloads first. Then my email tribe is the next best thing you can do is be part of my email tribe because then you won't miss any important releases or updates and things like new music or publications. Now you'll be able to get my Moon Love and Mark theme on all streaming platforms and all digital platforms like iTunes and Spotify and things like that. You can pre-order, pre-save, whatever you like to do. It's all available there. And I've scheduled another cinematic release for the end of a month. So I'm really excited for that one too, because I have honestly forgotten about that song. And when I remembered it, my friend and I were going over my library and we're like, why did we publish this? I'm like, I don't know. Let's do it. So that's going to be exciting too. Meanwhile, I hope you guys are having an amazing Sunday, enjoying yourselves, taking care of each other and of yourself, and eating healthy, sleeping well, keeping yourselves entertained. Also, that's important. Being curious and keeping the interest for things that you love. It's very important because, like, if you so actually something I read recently from Gary Vaynerchuk. You guys might know him. He's a businessman and he speaks a lot on these things, right? So, what I love about him is always straight to the point. So, his quote said, "You're not lazy, you're just bored. So, make sure you're not bored. Do something creative that excites you, that ignites that spirit and fire in your chest, right? So, fire has so many elemental meanings in my life. Like, to me, that is fire. When I feel that fire burning inside me, I'm like, yes, this is what I gotta do. So I hope you do something like that this week for yourself. And I'll see you next Sunday, same time, 12 o'clock. Stay tuned. Bye.